If you're a roofing, remodeling, window company, whatever you do, if you want to improve the customer experience during the sales process and you want to make sure that you can grow that brand, you can get that good brand reputation with your company, make sure you watch this. The way you can improve that customer experience throughout the sales process is do what I call handoffs. Not literally hand off the phone to someone, but here's what you do. So as soon as the lead comes in, ring, ring. Hey, it's Maya from, XYZ Roofing. I saw you just submitted a form looking for a roof inspection. Would you like one of us to come out soon? Or whatever you're gonna say. We have setter scripts for our clients. Don't worry, I don't know them word for word. Now, after you do that, make sure that when you schedule them in, you hand off the phone by saying, hey, I just scheduled you in with Adam from XYZ Roofing. He's been with us for 5 years. He's very knowledgeable. You're gonna love him. He's so sweet. And so when you have that handoff where you let them know who they're going to speak with next, what their phone number is, what are they gonna be speaking with them about, and making sure that when the setter sets the appointment with the salesman, Adam from XYZ Roofing, that Adam gives the lead a call introducing himself and saying, hey, it's Adam from XYZ Roofing. I saw you just got booked to my calendar. And here is where you improve that customer experience even more by making sure Adam can ask questions about the customer's needs. So for example, if you're a remodeling company, Adam would say, hey, prospect, I know you wanted to do a bathroom remodel. Do you have any inspiration? Do you mind sending me over those Pinterest images that you've got? And they will unload on you. I'm telling you, when most women are the reason for remodels. You know how we men are, we probably don't care. Now, women, they have all this inspiration, all this pent up, like I want it to look like this. And they usually, 9 times out of 10, have an idea of what they want. Now, if we're talking about roofing, you can ask other questions. So you would say things like, have you been looking into metal roofing? Do you have any questions? And making sure you can kind of pick apart why are they getting this roof replacement? You can give them ideas about what shingles to go with. And from here, you can send them content. So for example, I'm gonna talk about 2 different, because I'm not trying to get mixed up. So for example, if you're with roofing, you would probably wanna ask something about what have they been looking into? Have you looked into metal roofing? Things of that nature. And sending them over content to nurture that answer and be able to position you as the expert because you're answering all these questions over video. You don't have to sit on the phone with them. Now, for example, for remodeling, you're able to get all of their inspiration and put together a personalized, whether that's a showroom experience or a personalized collage of the kitchens or the bathrooms that you've done. So being able to have this conversation and the handoff, I'm just giving a full overview of what this improvement of your sales process is for customer experiences. When the lead comes in, you make sure that the setter hands off the appointment to the salesman and introduces the salesman, introduces him on what they are going to be doing. Essentially bridging that gap, because all they know is once they set this appointment, they may not hear from anyone. And so being able to make sure that the salesman then, once he is introduced, hey, I just set you with Adam, he's amazing, he's been with us for XYZ years, he's very knowledgeable, his phone number is this, feel free to give him a call. He's probably gonna give you a call introducing himself. Having that customer experience where people actually care about the customer, and it's not just, oh, we set you an appointment, yep, we'll see you, and then someone showing up. Instead, it's you set the appointment, you introduce the salesman, and the salesman calls and introduces himself. Now, I know this may seem like, why would they do this? Unless your salesmen are going on back-to-back appointments, the salesman can give a moment, in between appointments and just give the homeowner a call. He can give the homeowner a call, unless they're going back-to-back on appointments. And don't get me wrong, hey, if your salesmen are super busy, feel free to not do this. But being able to have that handoff where you go, setter, introduce the salesman, then salesman introduces himself to the homeowner, and then once the salesman is done, let's say they're done, let's say they've closed the deal, they've sat down at the kitchen table and they've gotten a yes, signature, deposit, we're done. Whether that's remodeling or roofing, you're now at the kitchen table, you got the yes. You introduce them to the next person. If this makes sense now, you introduce them to the project manager and say, hey, the project manager for this is going to be X, Y, and Z. This is their phone number. Feel free to give them a call. They're probably gonna call you to introduce themselves. And so the project manager, before the project starts, or as soon as they get the yes, the project manager calls and says, hey, it's Adam, the project manager from XYZ Roofing. We're gonna be doing your roof on XY date, and we're going to be coming out and we're going to install this. I just want to introduce myself, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach me. This is my number. And having that continuous introduction from person to person makes the customer feel like they are very cared for, because they're not dealing with just some roofing company that's giving them an inspection. They're dealing with Adam from XYZ Roofing and this roofing company and this roofing. And though nobody really has loyalty nowadays, I mean, people nowadays, I think it's more roofers that complain about people not being loyal to your company. That just doesn't happen anymore. People are not willing to pay an extra $2,000 or an extra $5,000 for a roof from you just because you did their neighbor. They're looking for someone affordable. Now, that doesn't mean, especially if you can educate someone on why you are more expensive, you can educate someone explaining to them why, you shouldn't go with the lowest quote. I mean, some people know, some people don't. Educate them, hand off those leads, and making sure that you can go step by step and the customer feels like they're on a full journey. They're not just, here's a quote. Because if you are just, here's a quote, you are simplified to just, here's a quote. If you're able to do that step by step experience, they have an experience, not a price. Well, yes, they have a price, but there's a reason why these private equity-backed companies that have double the roof prices haven't gone out of business completely and haven't gone bankrupt and make sales. Because you can still do it. You can afford to charge more. And this is not me at all condoning that you should bump up the prices for your remodeling, your roofing services, your window, whatever it is. This is not me condoning that you bump up the prices 3x. I really don't condone it. But there's a reason that they're not going out of business and not making sales, because there is other aspects to a sale that matter way more. And so I just want to make this clear. Hey, I hope you've gotten something out of this. If you want to improve, and I'll just capture it all in one. If you want to improve your customer experience for your sales process in your home service business, make sure you do a handoff. Setter hands it off to the salesman. Hey, you're going to be with Adam from XY. And then the salesman introduces you to the project manager. Hey, you're going to be dealing, hey, this is Adam, the project manager from XY. Making sure that you can go step by step improves the customer experience, because now they're on a journey, not just a price.